It's your birthday? Hmm? Can you eat too? You want what? Yeah, right here. Look, y'all, I'm trying to work on this whole behind the scenes content to add to the video, to make the video more personable. So you get to just, my shirt dirty, y'all. It's because I slept in this t-shirt. Does that mean your boy drools at night? I am ashamed and slightly disgusted with myself. Because I wanted to be like, man, that ain't no drool. But it's conveniently at mouth, what's it called? At mouth length. I'm tripping. Y'all, Stacy done went out of town. She done left me here with my baby. I gotta do my baby's hair. I gotta get her lunchbox ready. Shout out to all my single parents out there. No, seriously. Shout out to all my single parents out there. Y'all are, if you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing. Because trust me, these past 8 hours without Stacy. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, family. But what I am saying is I'm headed to Ohio. I have a weekend of paranormal investigating for the channel, y'all. So, flying to Columbus, Ohio. We're going to pick up our shifter, Kevin. It's my right hand, Mizan. He's going to be my security, my bodyguard, my cameraman, my muscle. Kevin, I hope you can fight, Kevin. I hope you can. Yes. You want some water? Yes, ma'am. Gotcha. My baby wants some water, y'all. That's your drink right there. Who was that? Stop showing them people your food. All right, y'all. Let me get my... It's worse than I thought. Y'all, let me get me and my baby up out of here. Get her to school. So I'm going to catch this flight to Columbus, pick up Kevin. And we got some shifting to do this weekend. Love, love, love. Hey, if you want to see more videos like this with me including my life into the schedule, into the videos, into the investigation, let me know, man. I don't mind. Axel, tell them people, peace out. Y'all see the peace sign. There it is. All right, y'all. Catch y'all at the airport. All right, y'all. We'll be back at it again. Headed on the road. I'm excited. I'm excited to get to investigating. And this makes a little bit more sense for me. I have somebody with me, so I'm not like in these places alone. I'm just curious to, I don't know. You ever get those pre-investigation jitters? I guess that's what it is, man. Literally, me and one other person in the haunted location. I think that's what we're about to start doing. I'm about to start doing more of these videos. So y'all, stay tuned. When y'all wanted investigations, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Get on this flight, get this rental car, and then we gotta drive 3.5 hours. We dedicated to the shift, y'all. Shifting ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. Love, love, love. What's going on, Graveyard Shift family? It is your fearless shift leader, Dalen Spratt, clocked in for another amazing shift. Y'all, I am in Rosedale, Indiana. And this is the infamous Stark Saloon. And y'all, back in the 1900s, not only was this a brothel, this was the hot spot. I know what you're thinking, like, Dalen, well, people will come all the way out here. Yes, people will come all the way out here to get some drinks and some other stuff. But there's a crazy, crazy story that's attached to this building. So apparently, the owner of this building back in the 1900s ended up finding out that his wife was cheating on him. So he ends up coming to this brothel, to this saloon, taking her life and his. Now, that's the story attached to this place. And it's our job here at the Graveyard Shift to get down to the bottom of it. We want to know if maybe the spirits of John and Jennie are still roaming the halls of the Stark Saloon. Or could it be one of the patrons or one of the workers? But we're going to find out tonight, y'all. Let's get to it.
After the Destination Fair episode aired, we got a call from the people that own this place, and they said, "We've got this creepy old building. Would you want to buy it?" And we said, "Possibly. Like, what creepy old building? Like, explain why it's creepy." And they said, "Well, around 1900, it was a saloon, and it had a hidden brothel upstairs." And we were like, "That's kind of neat, but not really our thing. Like, why? Do you know anything else about the property?" And they said, "Yeah." The owner in 1903, he shot and killed his wife in the saloon and then shot and killed himself. And we were like, "Can you prove that?" And they said yes. And they sent us over newspaper articles from 1903 that they had about the house and about the situation that happened. So we said, "We'll be there in 15 minutes. How far is it away? 20 minutes? We'll be there in 20 minutes. So we drove out here and looked at it, and we brought one of our paranormal experts with us, and she got a chill when we walked in. She's like, this place is, yes, we should buy it and do tours here." So we asked them how much they wanted, and they told us, and we're like, "Okay, we just write you a check," because it was such a low amount of money. And so the full story. So then we cleaned out all the garbage, put in a bathroom, got it ready to present to people. The full story about the murder-suicide was that John and Jennie Stark were married. He was 28, she was 27, something like that. And they had 5 kids. And Jennie said to John, "Can my 16-year-old sister move in with us? Because 5 kids is, I'm overwhelmed with the number of kids and running the saloon, and we got the brothel upstairs." So the 16-year-old sister, Sarah Blacker, moved in with them. Helps with the sister, helps with the kids. And 9 months later, she has John's baby. So John slept with this 16-year-old sister-in-law, and she had a baby. So his wife Jennie said, "That's it, I'm out." And she left, and she went to Effingham, Illinois, and lived with her aunt. And so John's here with his 5 kids and his sister-in-law and her baby, so I guess his 6 kids. And he's like, "Man, I really like Jennie way better than Sarah." So he called, or somehow got in touch with Jennie and said, "Please come home." And she said, "Well, not with that whore there. You get rid of her and I'll come home." And he said, "Well, I can't just kick her out. She just had a baby." So he promised to get rid of her. So Jennie came home. In the meantime, John's father, also named John, gets a letter in the mail from the aunt. And it says, "Dear John, your wife has been whoring around town and we're sick of her and you need to come get her because she's terrible." So the dad reads this letter and he goes, "If I give this letter to my son, he's going to kill that poor girl. But I cannot interfere with the U.S. mail. That's a crime. So he folds the letter back up and he puts it in the envelope and he hands it to his son. And he said, son, I got this delivered to me on accident. I didn't mean to read it, but I did. And just trust me, don't read it. Here, but I have to give it to you because I don't want to break the law. So what do you think John did?
Of course.
Of course he opened it up and he read it. And he read that his wife was sleeping with all these men. And so he went upstairs and got his gun and came downstairs, shot and killed her, and then shot and killed himself. And I don't know, but I think that it was like open for business and there were customers there. I think he just like in a fit of rage just wanted to kill her. And in the article it does say that he had said, like when she was gone, he had said something like, if I can't have her, nobody will. And, you know, she's the love of my life. And, you know, I will go to all ends to make sure that I'm the only one that could be with her, kind of a thing. And probably that's why he probably lost it when he read that she, you know, had been sleeping with other guys.
So his name is John.
His name is John Stark.
John Stark. What's the name from Game of Thrones? Is his name?
So his name was Jon Snow. His father's name was Ned Stark.
Stark. Okay. All right.
No. I mean, don't.
Okay. I was like, am I tripping?
I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Like that was the first thing I said was.
Yeah. Okay. And then the woman he killed, his wife was named
Jennie.
So John and Jennie.
Her real name was. So they were killed. They both died, and they were buried in the same grave, which is in the graveyard, which is right up the road, like 5 blocks away. But you can't go to the graveyard after dark.
Yeah.
That's like I don't know, all graveyards are like that. So I can't take you there today.
Yeah.
But her real name was like Jeanette, but they called her Jennie, something like that. And you can go and it says on the gravestone, they died the same day, 1903. It was
really
crazy. Yeah.
Really. So we have the proof that happened here, and that's
we have the newspaper article.
Okay.
And I went and I searched through the whole graveyard until I found the tombstone. And it does have the family's name. It says John Sr. and his wife. There are 5 kids. And John Jr. and his wife died the same day, were buried there. And then the other kids in the family.
Okay. So we feel like those are the 2 spirits that are in this house, in this saloon.
So the story gets a little more interesting. So the ladies in town were mad at Sarah because she had caused this tragedy to happen. And they were going to lynch her. John Sr.
And Sarah's the woman he was cheating with. One of the women he was
sister.
Right.
That's the sister.
Got you.
And I don't know that he was cheating with her like on a continual basis, but he did sleep with her and impregnate her.
Yeah.
So the ladies wanted this whore out of town. They were going to lynch her. John Sr. said, well, I kind of feel a little responsible for what happened. So he gave her 40 cents and put her on a stagecoach to go to Terre Haute, which is the nearest big city. From here, it's about maybe 20. Today, it's like 20, 25 minutes away. Never to be heard from again. So the 5 kids were then adopted out. And so some of their descendants might still live around here.
Right.
Because a lot of people live here who like grew up here and are like older than me. So, we were cleaning the house up and we went to that little cafe I told you guys about. And the waitress goes, my great grandmother was a whore in the
Oh, wow.
whorehouse.
Okay.
She was a prostitute. And I was like, really? So she's like, what are you guys doing? And we told her everything. And I said, what's your name? And she said, Jessica Blackadder. And I said, Jessica, I have to tell you something. Your great grandmother was not a prostitute in the brothel. She was called a whore because she was John Stark's sister-in-law who he got pregnant, and they sent her to Terre Haute. So I'm guessing she had a boy. She was unmarried, so the boy had the last name Blackadder. And his granddaughter is the waitress over there.
Oh, wow.
So I told her that story, and she's like, I have to call my dad and tell him that his grandma wasn't a whore.
She wasn't one, Dad. We're proud.
Everybody called her a whore because of what happened. But I mean, she was 16 and he was 28. You know, like, I mean, I don't know how complicit she was in that. In what happened, but I thought a very interesting little nugget that the great granddaughter is working across the street.
Right.
No, they grew up in Terre Haute and she moved back here and was working across the street.
So I guess what claims, paranormal claims does this building have?
So people have reported cat balls moving, EVP readings. A lot of people try to contact the couple, either him individually or her individually. I've gotten reports that they get activity here. A couple other more modern dark things happen here, which are nice stories. That to do with the murder suicide, obviously. And one couple asked. It's like we always ask, one group of investigators asked. They said we always ask this when we go and investigate. You ghosts, John and Jennie, do you guys still have sex even though you're ghosts?
We've
And they both responded in the positive.
Really?
Yeah. I can't believe that Jennie is still having sex with the guy that murdered her. And then, but they're in the same grave together, so,
That's intense.
Yeah.
So we're able to go upstairs to where the ladies of the night.
Yeah.
Do you know what room the murder-suicide
I do.
happened in?
Yeah, in the saloon.
Okay,
This is right here.
Is there a light in
There
here?
is not.
Okay,
I'm usually here during the day.
got you.
So if you see right here, that hole is where the stove was. If you see on the ground, there's the metal. They put metal so when the sparks came out, it was less likely to light the house on fire. And John was standing over here behind the bar.
Oh, this is that door we walked through. Okay,
This is
got
where we came
you.
in.
Got you.
If you stand out front, there's two front doors to the building. Because one was to the saloon and one is to their home. That's why there's two front doors.
Okay.
So the bar was over here. John was behind the bar. He shot past the stove. Jennie was standing right where that crooked door is. The first bullet hit her and kind of spun her around a little bit, and then the second bullet hit her and killed her.
Oh, we shot from where you were standing to over here.
To where the door is.
Got you.
Kevin, is it? Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Kevin, you be Jennie.
Okay, good.
So right about there. So I'm John, and Jennie just came out of their residence. He was behind the bar. He shot her once, and she kind of spun her a little bit, and then the second bullet killed her.
And then
he
he
shot and killed himself.
So both of them died in this room right
Both
here.
of them died in this room.
While the bar was active,
and
there
I
were
don't-
witnesses.
It was open as a bar. I know that for a fact. I believe that it was open and customers were here when that murder-suicide happened, but I don't know that for a fact. The newspaper article kind of alludes that it was open and doesn't specifically say there were 8 witnesses that saw this thing happen. And if you go to our Haunted Indiana State Sanatorium Facebook page, which is how you booked this reservation, the whole story, the whole newspaper article is on that page.
Okay.
All right. 25 years ago, the lady that owned the house was older, and her adult grandson lived here with her. And one day, so her house is right there. The second floor window opened up, and the lady threw out dog shit. And that had happened a few times. And so she's like, hey, lady, why are you throwing dog shit out the window? And she said, well, my grandson locks me in the room with the dog when he's not here. And, when the dog shits in the house, like, I don't want it in here, so I throw it out the window. She's like, what do you mean he locks you in the room? She's like, yeah, he locks me in the room, so I don't, wander around. So somebody called the police. I'm guessing it was her. And so the police arrested him for abuse, and the woman was put into a nursing home. And when we get up to the top of the stairs, you'll see the lock is still on the outside of the door where he locked her in. And so then somebody who is from this town but doesn't live here anymore bought the house thinking to rent it out, and never really had any success with it. Because I believe that it was in about this shape when that incident happened. It was pretty run down from what I hear. So about 5 years ago, there was a family living here, a mom, dad, and 2 little kids. And someone from the city noticed that they were like sending out the water bills. And there's not a water bill going to this address, meaning that the water wasn't hooked up. So they came over here and said, there's no water hookup here. And they're like, oh yeah, we know. Like, well, how do you live here without water? Oh, well, the kids, they go to the bathroom at school and I go to the bathroom at work, and, we figured it out. And they're like, you can't live in a house without water. And while they were here, it was getting dark, and they're like, how come there's no lights on? Oh, we don't have electric either. You can't live in a house without water and electric. You need to get that stuff hooked up. And they're like, well, we don't own this house. We're not going to do that. Turns out they had been squatting here for 2 years.
Are you serious?
There's a church in town that in the basement you could go there and get, like, if you need shoes or clothes, if you're on hard times. So the wife would go over there every week and come home with like a garbage bag of clothes because they couldn't wash clothes. So they would like wear clothes for a while, and when it got to the point where you would normally wash them, then they would just throw them in the basement. So when we cleaned out the basement, we took out about, those big contractor garbage bags, we took out about 75 garbage bags of mostly clothes and shoes, stuffed animals, purses, hats, very little food. Like there wasn't a lot of like pop bottles or pizza boxes down there. It was mostly clothes. And so we dug down to the concrete, and then so my employee was standing in the pile, and when I finally got down to the concrete, and it was about this deep.
Oh my God.
Of just solid, wet clothes. So
they were squatting in here for 2 years?
For 2 years with no water and no electricity, and the walls looking exactly like this.
Oh God.
I wonder if they had any spiritual activity that they ran across. That's insane. Yeah.
So murder-suicide 100 years ago. Grandma locked in the bedroom 25 years ago. Living here with your 2 little kids 5 years ago.
Yeah.
With no water and electricity. So watch your head here, especially if you're looking at the camera. Ooh, that's pretty low. So here's the room with the latch hook and the chain that locked Grandma in.
Now, are there lights in here or no?
So all the lights are on. So,
Okay.
So there are no lights in there. There are no lights in there.
Got you. I got lights on my camera.
We got flashlights. So this is the brothel. Again, I wish we had brought flashlights. Chimney. You can see the door that's behind it.
Oh shit.
I just noticed this wet spot, so there must be a leak in the ceiling we didn't know about. There's a leak over there that we did know about, but this leak is new. So I wouldn't jump up and down in this room.
I see right there.
Yeah. But it's safe to walk around.
So this used to be the brothel.
So this was the brothel. You see these windows that are boarded up. This town used to have a coal mine here, so there were about 700 coal miners that lived in this town. And so several people in town have told me that there used to be windows up here, which I see them from the inside of the building. Outside, it's covered in siding. And they would call down to the street, hey boys, you want to come on up? Come around back to the secret door. It wasn't a big secret.
Okay. All right. So off bat, like what's interesting about just town, it's like it seems like it's one of those like one horse carriage towns. Literally across the street is the police department, and I was told that the police department has one police officer. Some dude named Teddy. He gets Wednesdays and Saturdays off. But literally right here is the Rosedale Police Department. That's funny. Conveniently right across the street from a brothel and a saloon. But when you look at this building, it literally takes you back to those days. Like it looks like an old parlor or an old saloon. The doors are still hanging off the hinges. I don't know. It's like you feel the energy. You feel the you feel the foot traffic. I don't know if it's like residual. It has to be residual, but it's like you feel the energy going in and out of this building. Come on, let's go take a look. So I can only imagine coming in here. Like this was the saloon area. So back then the bar would have been over here to your right. You would have had the ladies, you know what I'm saying, of the night working upstairs. But it's like you would almost feel the energy of like the music flowing, the drinks pouring. You could feel like people walking through here, like the movement through here. And they say this is the actual room right here in the parlor where John shot and killed Jennie and then shot and killed himself. And what's crazy is you could feel the like heaviness in this room, specifically in this region here. It all of a sudden got really, really heavy in here. Really heavy. But I want to get down to the idea of John and Jennie. John and Jennie, I know this is your space. I know this was once your home. This was once your place of business. So John and Jennie, like I understand, and it's Jennie, right? Or is it Jen? Right. So John and Jennie, like I understand, like this is your space, your personal space. And I just want to let you know that my name is Dalen. I could have swore I saw a shadow in this door frame over here. Did you go back in here? I swear I get nauseated every time I come back in this area. Well, John, Jennie, again, my name is Dalen. I come in peace, love, and respect. I would love to see you or hear you or feel your presence. I could have swore I heard a step upstairs. Can you make that sound up? If you were moving, can you move again upstairs? Did you step upstairs? You know what? I want to try. Y'all stay here and look around. I'm finna get my recorder. I'm gonna try EVP. Okay. So I want to see if I can record just a EVP in this room. So I'm literally using just the voice recorder on the iPhone. I'm going to get to a quiet place right here. I'm just going to ask a few questions. I'm going to play it back. My name is Dalen. Can you tell me your name? Is either John or Jennie here with me right now? Can you tell me how you died? All right, let's see if we can hear anything. My name is Dalen. Can you tell me your name? Is either John or Jennie here with me right now? Can you tell me how you died? Hey, I don't know. I thought it'd be worth a shot of trying to do an EVP. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna start trying to do those more often. But I wanna definitely. So I get real lightheaded. Ooh, I thought I saw somebody sitting in here. Like this is the room where the brothel was. Hello? Hello? It's almost like you could hear. It's almost like you could hear something or someone off in the distance, but off in the distance in here, not outside. Hello? All right. I'm gonna get to it. I wanna Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, where was that thumping coming from? Where'd you hear that? Where'd you hear it from? Was it in here or was it in this room?
Off to the left. There's no room there.
What's on the other side of this wall? Hello? So there's nothing on the other side of that? It sounded like somebody either did it sound, I don't know what that was. It sounded like a thump.
Oh, I heard the exact same thing. But where I heard it come from,
There's nothing that should have been over there to make that. Can you make that sound again, please? Can you make that thumping sound again, please? All right. I said we break out some of the equipment.
that was the first sound I clearly heard myself. This is the room that woman was locked in every day.
Yeah, the elderly lady was throwing animal poop out this window because she was locked in here. So I don't know how that would affect anything paranormal. Maybe just the energy. Okay. All right. Go back downstairs. We can set up some equipment. See how that works. All right, family. This is where the saloon would have been. Like, this is the parlor. This is where the drinks would have been flowing. This is where people would have been dancing and partying. But this is also the room where someone lost their life. So, yeah, I mean, we might as well just try to utilize the 2 point of references that we have. So, John, they said, was standing behind the bar, which was over here. So, I have a REM pod. I'm going to set this REM pod over here. Wow. Okay. So I figure maybe somewhat the REM pod may be in the area in which John could have been standing, wherever the bar was. You kind of see this wooden plank here. It kind of looks like maybe this is where the onset of the bar would have been. So all of this might have been the back end of the bar. Clearly, there's a distinction in the wooden plank here. So theoretically, the bar would have been all back here. You can see, wow. So I'll also have a music box here. The way that this works is you cut it on, and if anyone or anything breaks the path of the music box, so they say Jen walked through this door and was met by John. I know nobody's standing right there, right? Can you stop the music box, please? If you're standing in front of the doorway, can you move, please? Let's see.
Want to try to reset?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to reset it.
Lean toward a wall or a door.
So let's set it here. So for it to go off now, someone has to literally walk into this room. Okay. So for this experiment, I just would like to see, essentially, is John over here and is Jennie over here. If there's anyone standing in this room or in the other room, can you please walk through the door frame for me, please? Can you walk through the door? Can you touch this red light over here on this machine here? There's more than one way to let me know that you're in this room with me. You can either walk through this door or you can touch this red light. Okay, I have one more way for you to talk to me. I can hear you through this device. My name is Dalen. Is there anyone in here with me right now? I am. Can you tell me your name? It sounds like somebody said it's Jen. Jen, are you here? Well, Jen, if you're here, can you walk through the door? I heard somebody was shot. You got shot walking through the door? Did it hurt? Can you say the name of the person that shot you? Can you say the name of the person that shot you? You say his name's John? Do you know why John shot you? Can you tell me why John hurt you? John, are you here? Not yet. Why not? Where's John? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how convinced I am that this place is as spirited as the claims may be. I feel the energy of this place, but activity-wise, can anyone here make a sound for me? Like, it's oddly quiet in this whole house. Like, we have the door is open. Like, we look over here, like literally the door, like this place is wide open. This whole area is oddly quiet. The house is abnormally quiet. It's almost like whatever's in here can come and go as it pleases. It's almost like the saloon doors are open and whatever spiritual traffic here is just flowing in and out. Can someone walk through the door, please? You know, maybe we should check upstairs at the brothel. All right, y'all. So this is upstairs. The activity downstairs wasn't as strong as I thought it would be in a space where someone would have took their own life and someone else's. The reason why this story hits home for me, because everybody that knows me knows my first paranormal experience was when I was really little. I was about 7, and it was a murder suicide just like this. And yeah. So just hearing this story takes me back to that time. But I'm just curious if this is the place at the location that it happened. I would have thought that it would be some sort of residual energy or attachment to the location. But aside the spirit box and the random tapping footstep sounds I heard upstairs, it doesn't seem like this saloon has much active activity. Not saying it's not spirited. I just can't, I'm just not, I just don't, I, in layman's terms, I don't feel ghosts. But we have some equipment here. So what I'm gonna do is, we're upstairs. So this is the room where the grandmother was held captive. So I say we put a dead bell in there because the theory behind that is if she's stuck and locked in the room, her only way of getting people's attention might be hitting a bell. So I say we cut this on. And we leave it literally right here. It shouldn't be going off, should it? Why is it going off? Can you stop the bell, please? Nana, if you're here, can you stop touching the bell? All right, I'm gonna try cutting you off. Okay? Let's cut it on again. Nana, are you in here? Is anyone in here? Okay. I have my device on the ground. I'm gonna step out. You can get my attention by just hitting the bell at any moment. So, and here is the brothel. This is where we heard footsteps at. So what I'm gonna do is this here detects footsteps. This is a footstep tracker. I'm gonna set it here in the room. Okay. Okay. You can tell that it's working. So if anyone is here, I got tongue tied. If anyone is moving around when we're not in here, it should be reflected by this device. So no one is moving, it's flashing red. But as soon as someone starts moving, anywhere in the vicinity, you see how it starts turning green once it detects the vibration of the foot track of the foot movements. So we're gonna move out of here. And then theoretically, if someone is moving around in the brothel area, that device will pick up the movement and the vibration in the room, and we will hear it beeping and the light will turn green. No one's in the room now. See, our movement in here does not affect that light in there. And lastly, we will put the music box facing inside of this room. So we got 3 rooms being covered with 3 different pieces of equipment. The music box is not working? There it is. There we go. So, If there are any spirits anywhere up here, we have 3 devices in 3 different rooms. You have 3 different ways to tell me that you're here. Can you please let your presence be known in one of these rooms? Can you please let your presence be known? John, are you here? Jen, are you here? Can someone make any of the boxes go off in any of the rooms? Spirit box. Okay. I would love to hear your voice. Is there anyone upstairs with me? Yes. People. Can you tell me what type of business was going on upstairs in here? What did people used to do up here? I heard had sex. Would people have sex up here? Okay. Was this part of this building very busy at times?
I'm there.
Are there spirits of people that used to frequent their business still here? What type of women worked here? So are there spirits attached to this building? Us? Who are the people that's attached to this building?
No.
Can you tell me the names of the spirits that are here? So the person that took their life and the other person's life, are there spirits attached here? Is John here? Is Jen here? Okay. I'm gonna be honest. And you know what? And I'm glad that tonight is playing out the way that it's playing out, because it goes to show not everywhere you go may be as spirited as you think that it is. So people think that when you go on an investigation, something always happens. This is probably the quietest I've ever had on an investigation. But we're just testing out theories. Are the spirits of these two people attached to the place that they lost their life at? The most tragic moment of their life. Are they attached here? And it doesn't really seem like we're getting much activity. But what we will do is see if we can find their grave tomorrow and see what those conversations are like. Because apparently they're buried together. So what is it like being buried with the person that took your life? Maybe we can get down to a lot of those questions at their final resting space. But the location of the tragedy just seems not to be as active as one would think. I don't know. You let me know what you think in the comment section. All of my psychic mediums, intuitives, what are you getting from this location? Are you feeling the spirits of John and Jennie here? Are you feeling the spirits of anyone? Or is it just the residual energy from all the commotion that took place here in the 1900s, from it being a brothel and a saloon? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at the resting community. Love, love, love.